Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. I want to take a quick second and thank all the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank any of you who've stopped by to check out the content. I appreciate you. And if you're so inclined and like what you see, if you'll please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon, it'll really help me out. So today what I wanted to do after going through my collection was look at 10 of my USA made knives that are going to come in under 300 bucks. So some of these, like the Hogue Deca that has some original goat scales, that adds a little bit of price to it. But like the SIG K320 here, you're going to be able to find these guys somewhere between 167 bucks and right under 300 if you get one in carbon fiber, really decked out. And the Decas, you're going to find them before scales when you get into the 134 to roughly 175 range. But what I wanted to do here is keep this list to 10, and my top 10 that were under that $300 range that are made in USA. And we're going to start with number 10. And number 10 is the Benchmade Bugout. The Benchmade Bugout comes in a whole lot of different forms. The one I've got here is the Blade HQ exclusive in 20 CV. I've got some met embossed scales on it. I think it was about $190 when I bought it before I put the scales on it. But these guys come in anywhere from about 162 all the way up to probably right about, trying to think, probably almost 300. I mean, if you get up in the carbon fiber and the titanium. But I always look at them as just a good mod platform. So for example, I might look at one that's a little less frou-frou-y because I'm going to add my own scales. But I've never had one of these fail on me. It's a super light knife. It's a great EDC size knife. Gives me a full 4-finger grip. Has a really sturdy lock. And I'm a big fan. So at number 10, we have the Benchmade Bugout. Which brings us to number 9. Another knife by Benchmade. This was actually my first grail, people. This is the first knife that I bought that was over that $150 mark that I really had been wanting for a really long time. This is the Benchmade 940. I know a lot of people talk about this knife and don't really like it because it's got the shorter, thicker grind. I really like this knife because it's a harder use, kind of get more things done type of multi-purpose knife. The 940 is going to come in around 216 in this configuration now. Well under 300, but aluminum handles, the OG handles, and then it's got S30V blade steel. It's got nice thick tip. Just a really good knife, really good work knife, and a knife that I've really enjoyed. And for under 300 bucks, even under 200 bucks, I think the 940's a winner. Brings us to number 8. And number 8, guys, you can get the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 in a lot of different configurations, a lot of different blade styles. Your price range is going to be anywhere from $185 to about $260, depending on blade steels, depending on finishes. This was just a regular Blurple Para 2 and S110V. I added these scales to it. I really like this knife. All my knives are dirty. I apologize for that, guys. I need to have a cleaning day. But the Paramilitary 2, unlike the Paramilitary 3, has become one of my favorite knives. I use these knives all the time. I tried a Para 3 once. I didn't keep it in my collection over a month. I ended up trading it. It just was not my jam. For some reason, the Para 2 just suits me to a T. I mean, I love the way it flicks. I love the large grip. I love the different blade styles it's available in. And I'm just a big fan in the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So guys, I can't stress that one enough. Coming in for me at number 8 is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which brings us to number 7. This, guys, is probably one of the best Benchmades I've had in my collection. This is the CPM S30V Mini Loco in G10, first production model. This knife is so meaty. It's got skeletonized steel scales. You've got these large standoffs, this really nice thick blade stock. You've got a deployment hole. You've got an axis lock that works exceptionally well. I've not seen the full-size Locos, but the mini Locos fits my hand perfect. I absolutely love this knife, and it is just a hard working knife. So I think we said this was what, number 7, the Benchmade Mini Locos, which brings us to number 6. Number 6 is the first Spyderco to show up in the second Spyderco to show up in this list after the Para 2. This is the first Spyderco I was able to Spidey flick. This is a full-size Spyderco. This is a Shaman. This is a fantastic, ergonomical, hard-use EDC knife. Mine is a Cutlery Shop exclusive in CTS XHP, and I put these Rips Garage Tech purple carbon fiber scales on here. I love this knife. I love the shape of it. I love, again, the ergos. The cutting geometry is fantastic. The jimping's fantastic. Compression lock, overbuilt, not much not to like. And coming in at number 6, I'm in love with the Spyderco Shaman. And the Shaman's going to come in price-wise right around $250 to $279. And then our Spyderco, or our Benchmade Mini Locos, was about $195 when I got it. If you can find them now, you'll probably find them in the $195 to $250 range. Which brings us to number 5. Number 5 is my favorite Spyderco under $300. And this is the Spyderco Manx. The Manx I added rock scale designs to. It came with black G10 scales. It was the Knife Center Crew Wear edition. So this Spyderco Manx is in crew wear. It has an upgraded aluminum ball cage. It has black hardware to match the black blade. And then it's got the gunner grip or the sniper gray rock scale designs titanium scales, which allowed me to take the liners out of the Manx, which makes it a much smoother EDC package. I really love this knife, guys. It's probably my sliciest Spyderco and a fantastic EDC knife. The Manx, guys, you can pick up the lightweight for about $1.25. Fantastically priced. You can get a G10 or a thick Manx for anywhere from around $180 to $220. And it's a highly recommendable knife. So moving on, we come to number 4. And number 4 is the Benchmade Mini Adamas. I didn't carry this knife all that much. The Mini Adamas came in about $260. I wasn't a big fan of the holes in the scales, so I picked up these Applied Weapons Technology Cerakote aluminum scales, and they really dressed the knife up for me. They really made it more suitable for my carry, for my hand. They made the knife feel a little bit more substantial just because of that aluminum handle. It just feels a little bit more meaty. Guys, I've had a knife cut me many times, but none as bad as this one. This guy got the tip of my pinky finger when I was working on it one day, and I know it's sharp. I know it's a hard worker. And I know that for a knife under $300 made in the USA, you cannot go wrong with the Benchmade Adamas. Which brings us to number 3. Number 3, we have the Ritter Hogue RSK MK1 and 2. This is Doug Ritter's version of the Benchmade Griptilian, if there is such a way to put that. Basically, Doug worked with Benchmade on the Griptilian. Their partnership ran out, and Doug wanted to keep making the Griptilian, and he and Benchmade came to an agreement to do it with Hogue. Hogue took over the OEMing, and I think they really improved on the RSK MK1 over the Hogue, or the Benchmade Griptilian. For one, the G10 grip is just amazingly done, very textured. The axis lock system or bar lock system is much more refined. The thumb studs are done better. Standard blade steel is going to be 20 CV as opposed to S30V. And this knife, whether you get the full sized or you get the mini, is just, in my opinion, built better than Benchmade's, feels better than Benchmade's, and I love the Ritter Hogues. Plus, the money that goes from the sale of these knives help to pay Doug and Miss Ritter while they work for Knife Rights. So that's another good thing. Coming into number 2, we have probably the sliciest knife in the group. This is the TRM Atom. This is the TRM Atom in G10 scales. Going to come in about $210 from TRMs where you can buy these. There are a couple of dealers that sell them now too. This is the full size TRM. They also make a Neutron that's a little smaller, about $250. I love this knife. It's a full size knife. It's very pokey, very stabby, very, very slicey. It's a very thin package on a liner lock that just fits the hand great. Fits my pocket great, and really is up to any task I can put it through on an EDC day. Which brings us to my number 1 under $300 USA made folder, and it is the Protech Mordax without a doubt. $240 in the textured handle. This is a MagnaCut Mordax. It is a thin, slicey, amazingly well-tuned button lock with spot on detent, nice flipper tab that you can either push button or you can finger flick. You've got a fantastic finger choil. Again, MagnaCut blade steel, super sharp, super refined. One of my favorite knives, right up there with the TRM Atom and our Ritter Hogue and our Benchmade Bugout, or excuse me, our Benchmade Mini Adamas, and our Spyderco Shaman, and our Spyderco Paramilitary 2. These are not in any order, guys. And I'll throw one more up there, our Spyderco Manx. So guys, these are just 10, my top 10 under 300 out of my collection. It is kind of subjective, but I know you guys can find good knives in here if that's something you're interested in. Thank you so much for watching my content. I appreciate you all. Merry Christmas. If you're watching this, it should be Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to all. I love each and every one of you. All I ever ask is please look out for that guy or gal to your left. Please look out for that guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.